Hey, welcome to the third episode of John Defends, or the fourth if you want to count the Ghostbuster one, I don't know. The unstructured sideshow that I have for just another horror podcast. Cobra gets to talk about boobs. I get to try and make terrible movies seem good by taking little sections of them and putting them out of context. That's what I do, you know it. So, I'm going to talk today about two movies, not three, and I'll explain why. Two movies that their franchises went on for so long, they went into space. Those two movies are Jason X and Hellraiser 4 Bloodline. Before I get to that, I know you're all screaming at the screen right now. Leprechaun went to space! Two things. One, I've never seen it. Two, from what I understand, because I've seen the first and the third, the series was never that good. It's not like they were jumping the shark. The whole thing is kind of, what do you call it? What do you call that? Gimmick! It's a gimmick! The whole thing's kind of a gimmick. It's a killer leprechaun. So the killer leprechaun goes to space. I mean, it's... the whole thing is... forget it. We're not talking about that movie. We're going to start with Hellraiser Bloodline. That movie gets a lot of shit. I think one of the reasons is because it's really all over the place. It's really choppy. The director is Alan Smithy. You might know him from every movie that a director didn't want to take credit for. He did the Mighty Ducks cartoon movie. In other words, he's not a person. I'm sure a lot of you know Alan Smithy is the pseudonym that they use when they don't want credit for their work. I don't really see why this one is so bad, though. Maybe I'm weird. I'm weird. But it's not that bad. It takes place in three different time periods. It takes place in like the 17 or 1600s in France, where everybody speaks perfect English. But you know, I wouldn't want to watch it if they were speaking a language I couldn't understand. Does that make me a bad person? Anyway, they show how the box was constructed and how they put demons into the box. So I thought that was actually kind of cool. I liked it. And then it goes to modern times, and the descendant from the person who made the box is working on some building that I guess is going to trap the demons in whatever they live in, hell or whatever. It doesn't work out too good for him, and there's a terrible effect, and there's some rubbery stuff going on, but you know what? It's not entertaining. It's just cheap looking. But it's still good, relatively speaking, or objectively speaking, I guess, because I'm the only one I know that likes this movie. And then, of course, space. That's where the third part of this takes place. But also, it's taking place as a flashback from this guy named Martian. I don't know. I can't pronounce it. But his great grandfather made the box. His lineage has gotten to this point, and now he's in space because it is the future, and hopefully we get to explore space in the future. He's built a space station that's like gonna, turn into a... Does that look like a box to you? Just imagine a box, or watch the movie. It turns into a box, and it traps the demons in it. And plus it's keeping them like in space, and then it blows up and all the demons die. And honestly, this movie is the end of that part of the series. The rest are kind of like individual tales of people who come across the box. So I think it's a good end to the series. I actually really like the ending of this movie. So here, take a look.
Where are you, Toymaker?
Here. Hologram. You see, it's all done with mirrors. Like this.
What have you done?
I have faith in the light.
What?
The light, demon. The light. endgame, demon.
No! I cannot die!
Welcome to Oblivion.
See, it's like, okay. I don't know, because Pinhead went from being just a servant of Hell, doing work for Hell, like kind of a contractor, to all of a sudden being a witty one-liner guy in the third one, to going back to sort of the same way he was, chasing after the Bloodline for who knows what reason. I like this as a fitting ending to that particular story of Pinhead. It's a closing. What am I trying to say here? A fitting closing. I'm not editing any of this, so you're just going to have to deal with my stuttering and weird hand motions like this and these. Okay, anyway, on to Jason X. Jason X is a blast. Here's the thing. I think when you think of a movie going to space, a series going to space, what you think of is cheap and out of ideas. This movie takes the space idea and goes crazy with it. It's got space grunts like something out of Aliens. It's got this regenerative machine, which is where, the Uber Jason comes from. It's got other space stations running around. It's got separate planets to go on, holograms. There's so much shit going on in here. And then if you're a fan of Jason, which I am, then, you get to see him running around in a new environment. Yeah, hang on. I do like it when he's in Crystal Lake. I would like them to simplify this whole thing where they're trying to make a 13th movie and they can't do it because the script doesn't work. How fucking hard is it to put him in the woods and have him run around and kill idiots? It's so easy. These guys took the concept of Jason running around killing people and, actually added some real fun to the whole story. It's just fun if you like slashers. If you don't like slashers, it's not fun. But if you like slashers, this is a blast. And it reminds me of, and I think Ben said it when we reviewed it way back, it reminds me of Alien, or Aliens, I guess, where there's a unstoppable killer on board, only, the dialogue and the back and forth, it's really smart and really well written. It's not, science smart, but it's, fun smart, you know what I mean? It's meant to make people have a good time. And man, this movie, people really love Jason, or Freddy vs. Jason. I don't know that they love Jason X. And I think it's because he's in space, and I don't know if they really, put it in that category with the other ones, but this one, the more I watch it, the more it grows on me. I think it's moving towards the better of the sequels. I mean, it takes Manhattan, and I know this is sacrilege, but The New Blood is a fucking piece of shit. It's terrible. This one, it's a lot of fun. It is. Don't argue with me. Stop arguing with me. Get out of the comments. This movie's fun. Stop it. Or go ahead. Go ahead and tell me why it's not fun. That's fine. That's it for this episode. I'm sorry I didn't get to tell you about boobs like Cobra's great show does. Oh, boobs, boobs, boobs. Ah! Bye.